sure you check out our new sponsor, The Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, we back. Goodfellow Sports TV. We're in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. And I was watching Undisputed. I'm watching it right now. And they were saying that the Wizards will want Lonzo Ball in the package back for Bradley Beal. And I have a few questions about it as you see the title. But for me, that's a no-brainer. And look at LeBron like, duh, it's a no-brainer, but we back. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And it's a no-brainer. I'll do it. You know, I'm not sending Kyle Kuzma over there. Because then again, I still want to try to get Anthony Davis and guys like that. But Lonzo Ball, most people think Lonzo Ball is this bum point guard and that hasn't worked out. And that's not the case. The boy can play. Okay? He defend, he rebound, he can assist, he got to work on his shot. But people forgetting the point guard position ain't about shooting the ball. Steph Curry isn't a point guard. Okay? Steph is not a point guard. Let me say it again. Stephen Curry is not a fucking point guard. Steph Curry is a fucking three-point shooting. He's a shooting guard. He's a combo guard. Lonzo Ball is a point guard. He's a facilitator. The point guard is supposed to be the floor general. He's supposed to facilitate, and then score second. He's a true point guard. But it's the conflict of interest on the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron is also a point guard, like it or not. He's a point, they call him point forward. I think that position came in play right around Grant Hill, maybe somebody before him. But he ain't going to be able to work with LeBron. LeBron needs a Derek Fisher type of point guard. He needs a point guard that can D up, defend his position, defend multiple positions, and hit open threes. That's what he needs. He need a Boobie Gibson with a better caliber than Damon Jones. He need guys like that. Guys that can spot up on top of the key and on the wings and can hit three-pointers. That's why I felt that Rondo and Lonzo was a bad fit, and he hurt Lonzo Ball's development. Lonzo does the same thing that LeBron does, if you don't get my drift. They both are ball handler, facilitators, and they look to score second. They look to put people in position. That is the real, pretty much definition of a point guard. And I feel that Bradley Beal is an absolute, godsend to LeBron James and Lakers. You got a guy not only if LeBron not on the floor, he can get his own bucket. But when LeBron on his floor, he don't have a problem spotting up and shooting threes. He don't necessarily have to put the ball on the floor, dribble, take a step back, and get in rhythm that way. Bradley Beal can pretty much is a poor man's Ray Allen. Especially a younger Ray Allen. When John Wall was out this season, he was able to put the ball on the floor, get to the bucket, finish at the bucket. He was able to spot up, shoot the ball. So he provides some different dimensions for the Lakers if he was to go there, because he can defend his position, and he's a little undersized, but he can defend his position, and also he can get his own bucket. He's a prolific scorer, and also he can create his own shot on the perimeter, and also most importantly for LeBron, he can spot up and shoot the 3-point shot. There's no better fit for LeBron. That's an absolute great fit for LeBron James. Now, they were saying that, he hasn't lived up to the bill. He makes about $30 million a year. 2 years is left, $55 million. He ain't been, Skip, he ain't been, this special type of player that could take the Wizards over the top. Really, it's supposed to be him and John Wall doing it together. But, nobody on the Wizards like John Wall. Now John Wall, $41 million contract kick in next season. He tore his Achilles. Then he said he slipped at home and blew out his Achilles again. But for LeBron, that's a no-brainer. That's an absolute perfect fit for LeBron James. When he's not out there, you got another guy that can facilitate. A lot of people don't know that. Bradley Beal can facilitate as well. He can get his own bucket. He can spot up. He can create shots for others to a certain extent. I'm pulling trigger on that right now. Lonzo could be gone because unless you want to wait for LeBron to retire and then Lonzo to take off, that's the only reason it's going to happen. Is after LeBron leave. And then Lonzo will be able to take over and do his thing. And that's why you don't believe LeBron James. Remember LeBron James said, I was ready to get Kyrie the keys to the car? Who remember that comment when LeBron said, I was ready to give Kyrie the keys to the car? No, he wasn't, because he goes to the Lakers and he's not willing to let Lonzo be the point guard he need to be. That's the problem. Lonzo was a guy that get up and down the floor, dribble, bring it up, He able to facilitate, make guys better, rebound and defend his position. And LeBron not willing to let nobody else handle that ball. LeBron, it ain't about championships, first off. For LeBron, it's about becoming the greatest statistical player that he can be. It's about stat padding. Excuse me. He want to pad his stats. And that's what the most important thing about it for him is padding his stat. But my issue is, you can't trade John Wall. He worth $41 million. So, what do you expect to do with John Wall and Lonzo Ball in the backcourt? They virtually the same player. You know what? They good defenders. I think both of them could defend 1 and 2s. Maybe Lonzo can defend some 3s in the league. All right? They both are point guards that like to get up and down the floor, facilitate. John Wall, according to his teammates, don't like to share the ball. He liked the ball hog. He never wanted Bradley Beal to handle the ball. He didn't want Jeff Green to handle the ball or nobody else. When he's on the floor, everything begins and ends with John Wall. And that's why some of the players were complaining about John Wall and saying he was a shitty teammate. And so he was chewing Scott Brooks out, and he was dogging Scott Brooks as well. That's poor Scott Brooks. He went from Russell Westbrook chewing his ass out to John Wall. But how does John Wall and Lonzo Ball work? You know what I'm saying? How does that work? You know what I'm saying? Do they plan on moving John Wall? It's the same shit. They the same player. Both don't have a great jump shot. I think Lonzo might be a little bit better shooter. John Wall still ain't mastered the mid-range game. He getting better. But, you got the same player. I know John Wall won't be there next year for the most part. And Lonzo, what if Lonzo get comfortable in being a point guard and he elevating the team and he playing really, really well, getting out the shadows of the Los Angeles Lakers? And LeBron and no more pressure on playing in his home city, and LeVar didn't really cool down on him. He balling, and then John Wall come back. Now John Wall, I think he the player he was before, even with the Achilles. That's tough. So really, I don't understand where Washington is going with this, unless they're trying to facilitate a 3-team trade and move John Wall somewhere else or move him to somewhere else down the line. But I think he got a 4-year contract worth $41 million a year. Really, he gonna have to come back, be strong, ball out for a team just to take a chance on that. So I really don't understand from the Wizards' point of view, how does Wall and Lonzo work unless somebody become the jump shooter pretty much what Bradley Beal is, and that's probably not gonna happen for either one of their careers. So for me, this is I don't know what they thinking about. I know John Wall probably won't be there next season, so maybe they just thinking okay, when John Wall come back, we try to trade him. When he come back, be healthier. Maybe they think John Wall and Lonzo Ball can coexist, which I don't see happening in this league unless you're gonna have to get a shooting 5. They still got the Dwight Howard over there. They still got the backup center they got over there who's doing pretty good. Neither one of them can stretch out the 3-point range, I don't believe. They got Bobby Portis. He can stretch it out a little bit for a big fella. But they're going to have to recreate this team with more shooters, with more Mirotiches, with Bogdanoviches. They're going to have to get more shooters around those two for it to work. And if I'm them, man, I'm trying to get John Wall off before I get Bradley Beal off. But I think Bradley Beal, with 2 years left, he's expressed that he ain't signing back with them. He tired of playing with John Wall and being under his shadow and John not letting him handle the ball. Everybody look at Bradley Beal as a spot-up shooter because John Wall, according to reports, he won't let Bradley Beal or nobody else on the team handle the ball. Everything got to go through John. And that's going to be a problem once he come back with Lonzo Ball, because that's what Lonzo Ball do the best, is handle the ball. But for the Lakers, Bradley Beal is an absolute stud pickup for them. Instant upgrade. If you guys just get Lonzo up in the 4th pickup for Bradley Beal and maybe a future first, man, do it. Because you put Bradley Beal out there with LeBron, and if you can swing Jimmy Butler, then you can facilitate a trade for AD. They might come out the West next year, depending if LeBron, make everybody feel comfortable, feel home. But shit, even Bradley Beal and AD, that's an upgrade. 2 good shooters around LeBron. You got to bring your point guard in. They can fit behind LeBron. They can spot up and shoot. If you can keep Kuzma some way, it look good. But I don't think you keep Kuzma when he going to New Orleans. But a lot of teams want Lonzo. New Orleans want Lonzo. Phoenix want Lonzo. Orlando want Lonzo. Chicago want Lonzo. Washington want Lonzo. But Lonzo a stud though, man. I like him, man. He just Got to get out of LeBron's shadow and tell his daddy shut the hell up. But hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody coming in. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Get you 18% off their 100% all natural products, soaps, lotions, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much, much more. Website, promo code, description. Check out the 100% all natural products. And don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if need be. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, share the videos. Best way to help out. If you want to make a donation, that link's in the description. Appreciate it. Check out the Patreon one time for the one time. Good.